If I hear just stop buying lattes one more time, I might lose it. Look, if getting rich was as simple as spend less than you earn, we'd all be millionaires by now. This kind of advice tricks people who are bad with money into thinking they're good with it. After reading dozens of personal finance books and obsessing over YouTube videos and finance podcasts for years, I realized something. The best money advice isn't what people talk about, it's what they don't. So today I'm sharing 5 underrated personal finance strategies that actually build wealth over time. And these aren't your typical budget, save, and invest tips. These are the real secrets that wealthy people know and have been keeping to themselves for centuries. And as a bonus, I've included challenges for each tip to help you engage and take action. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, buy assets that pay you, not just appreciate. The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. Most people strive to collect financial souvenirs, a house, stocks, maybe even some NFTs. But souvenirs don't pay you rent and they're not guaranteed to go up in value. What you really need are cash cows. It's a mistake to chase short-term investments like the average person. Think about it. Would you rather own a rare painting or digital coin that might or might not go up in value, or a vending machine that spits out cash every day? For my money, I'm betting on the horse that almost always wins rather than playing the field and hoping to hit. Yet, for some reason, people ignore the favorite or don't know it exists and gamble away instead. Sorry for all the metaphor mixing there. Luckily, securing assets that pay isn't that difficult. I have cashback, no-fee credit cards. I buy mutual funds that include dividend-paying stocks. I supplement my 9-to-5 with passive income side hustles that turned into a business that even turned into my 5th book, Passive Income Resolution. I save in high-interest savings account. And honestly, if I had the capital, I'd strongly consider rental properties or literal vending machines. For your challenge, reflect on what's costing you money that you can swap with something that makes money. What assets do you own that might actually be liabilities? Could you swap or turn one of those into a paying asset this month or this year? Tip number 2, the invisible tax is costing you thousands. Inflation is taxation without legislation. You need to understand the real cost of inflation and how it erodes wealth to overcome it. Keeping all your cash in savings is like filling a leaky bucket. No matter how fast you pour, you're still losing water. I also like to say that keeping all your cash in savings is like storing ice cubes in the sun. It's just melting away. Why? Because inflation melts away at your money every single year. Cash sitting in a big bank savings account is literally losing value every day as grocery bills and gas and utilities get more expensive. People who say, I don't invest because it's risky, don't realize that not investing is actually the riskiest move of all. If you let your money sit in a savings account earning 0.1% interest while inflation rises at 2 to 3%, you're losing purchasing power fast. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average inflation rate has been 2.57 since 1990, and it peaked at 8% in 2022. So as an exercise, I set out to understand the buying power of $10,000 in 1990 today, which is 2025 in Seattle, Washington specifically. The answer is that I would need $25,355 because of a 3.38% inflation rate where I live. That $10,000 has lost more than 150% of its value in the last 35 years. Ouch. So here's your challenge. Calculate how much your cash has lost in value over the last 10 years due to inflation. Then move your cash into a high interest savings account that pays 3.5% or more in interest. And if you need a recommendation, I use Ally and I have for years and I love it. Now, as a bonus, research one investment that historically beats inflation. Tip number 3, build a recession-proof income stream. Never depend on a single income. Make investments to create a second source. It's critical to focus on the importance of diversifying income streams and building financial security through investments. Relying on just one source of income is like standing on a one-legged stool. The moment that leg breaks, layoffs, a recession, an unexpected life event, you're on the floor. Wealthy people never rely on just one paycheck. They create multiple streams of income, investments, businesses, and side hustles because even if one fails or doesn't pan out, they have others keeping them afloat. They say the average millionaire has 7 income streams, and this is exactly why. If you have 1 income stream, this needs to change. If your family has 1 income stream, this has to change. Right now, you might be considered an asset to your company that you work for, helping, by the way, to make someone else wealthy in the process. But the second they decide that you're a liability, you're on the floor. Unfortunately, this almost always happens too when people least expect it. So your challenge this week is to brainstorm 3 ways that you can make money outside of your job that doesn't require you exchanging your time for a fixed amount of money. And for bonus points, take action on 1 idea within the next 7 days. Tip number 4, the 50-year investment nobody talks about. The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Now, I had heard this a million times in high school and in college, and I believed in it and I focused on it, but I still underestimated how often my network would pay off for me in the long run. My network has led to multiple jobs, mentors, amazing advice, and even introduced me to my wife via a blind date. Most people only network when they need something, but the secret to long-term success is building connections before you need them. That's how you get the job offers that you didn't even apply for, and business opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere. Your network is like a fruit tree. If you plant the right seeds today, mentorships and masterminds, you'll have an orchard feeding you for life. Never overlook the power of investing in relationships, because your network equals your net worth. Your return on investment from spending the time to network can literally be life-changing. So for your challenge, first, reach out to an old mentor or boss or successful friend this week and reconnect. Then join a networking group or mastermind. Heck, you could even start one yourself. Don't hope that something out there exists. Make it happen. Tip number 5, get paid for what you know, not just what you do. Earn with your mind, not with your time. We're taught to trade time for money, but that is the wrong mindset. Most people operate like vending machines. You put in the work and hope that money pops out. But what if you built the vending machine instead? I don't know why I'm so hooked on vending machines today. Wealthy people don't just trade time for money. They create systems that let them get paid even when they're not working. Think courses, books, newsletters, rental properties, and so on. This is why I personally write on Medium. I've published 5 books. I create audiobooks. I've made multiple courses. I have 2 YouTube channels. I've leveraged affiliate partnerships and still do. I've invested for decades via tax advantage retirement accounts, and more. I only regret not knowing everything that I'm sharing today until 2018, when I felt forced to learn all things money from scratch, starting from a very deep negative hole. It was life-changing when I finally understood how the games were played so that I could compete and win. And full disclosure, I've grown my net worth by over $500,000 in the last 7 years, and I haven't shared this publicly before, but I realize that doing so does prove that true wealth doesn't take decades. It takes following the right advice and consistently acting on it. True wealth comes from knowing what others don't, and it comes from doing what others won't. For your final challenge, I want you to think about what you know that others would pay to learn. Brainstorm 1 way to package it: a course, a book, a newsletter, and start mapping it out. All right, to summarize, here are the 5 massively underrated tips that the wealthy already figured out that most other people don't know. Number 1, buy assets that pay you, not just appreciate. Number 2, inflation is the invisible tax that you must overcome. Number 3, you need a recession-proof income stream. 4, networking is the investment nobody talks about. And number 5, get paid for what you know, not just what you do. Building wealth isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about knowing the rules of the game so that you can play the game differently. If you're serious about creating multiple income streams, I broke down exactly how I did it in my brand new book, Passive Income Resolution. I spent a year building 12 passive income streams as a mission to show how the ordinary person can do it with little to no money. I shared all the juicy details transparently, step by step, for you to learn from my failures and double down on my successes. It is the passive income guide that I wish existed when I was just getting started. I'd likely be a millionaire by now if I had this back then. Anyway, which of the 5 tips surprised you or fired you up the most? Do you have an underrated tip to add? Please let me know in the comments. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it. My name is Frankie, and I hope to see you on the next one.